Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Hey guys, ngiyabonga kakhulu ukuthi nibe khona, and today I have a special guest. Guys, it's Pride Month, and what better thing to do than just to, to sit with umuntu who is the epitome of pride.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh wow.
So celebrate it today. So we're celebrating.
Ooh.
A little birdie told me that you like rosé. So see on. Guys say
I think I'm gonna invite myself.
We're gonna have so much fun. So this is just to celebrate her when Oh, okay. Actually, let me let you introduce yourself to the people that don't know you. Ubani, wagabani, ngazi nje sengifika kuma shampopo askaya shine intro abantu abakwazi nokuthi ubani.
Yes. All right, sanibonani nonke. My name is Aluta Qhawekazi Humbane, intombi yesigodi engawuthwali u9 months, abanye bangibiza ngoMakageli. My other name is Qhawekazi. I'm a singer-songwriter and LGBTI activist, photographer, but overall I'm just a human being who's passionate about the arts and just passionate about changing other people's lives.
Yes, thank you. I like the fact that you're saying you're a human being.
Yeah.
Yes, we're human beings. Some are human beings, guys. Like, why are we boxed into this and that and the other when we're just human beings? You know what I mean? Like, asithandaneni, guys, asifundeni ukubekezelelana, ukuzwana, okungacwasani, you know? Yeah. So okay, let's first part.
Shampombo. You see guys, this is what happens when you've been on lockdown for too long.
Spread, yabo. Ngifuna nje ukuthi ngivule ngezotha ukuthi nje
like things. Okay, yeah.
So yeah, please do the honors with the glasses.
Oh, man, there you go. Oh, you guys, shame the camera crew is so jealous, guys.
Bazoba strong, guys. Bazoba strong kakhulu kabi. Bazoba strong sebevele basiyeka.
Yabona abathobela umthetho. Oh yeah.
Awuphuzi phela mangabe ungekho kwi-channel.
No, you can't. No. It's illegal.
So please tell us, where did you grow up? How did you get to where you are today?
Oh wow. All right. So Aluta, is it okay if I code switch to Izulu?
No minute mntakama. No minute mina ngi-audience yami i-audience yami.
Okay, ngiyakuthanda lo. Yeah, so my name is, again, I've just done the introduction, but Aluta ukhulele eNanda, eGlibu, previously known to be eMachobeni.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Kephi nemaXhobe?
Ngase seminary.
Oh, okay.
Just
Yeah.
Ngasemathuleni. Yeah. And I was ngizalo uNtokazi Thembu osebizo reborn manje no Lucas Humbane. My father is Mozambican and my mom is half Mozambican, half South African.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's lovely.
Yeah.
And how was it like growing up there?
Ooh. I'm in my 30s. Early 30s.
Okay.
So you can imagine Uguti, we are part of the generation that got to experience life on a black and white TV.
For sure. I am that person as well. Just so anybody knows.
Yeah, so it was a very beautiful setup. Inanda is quite very relaxed compared to other townships or kind of black centered around areas. And there was a lady called Umakhulu Hlophe. Umantolwane. She acts in one of the movies. And Umakhulu Hlophe wasixoxa siyingane wathi hey, she used to work at the Playhouse at the time as a resident artist there, as an actress. So wasixoxa as children wathi hey, you know what, I don't like you just sitting idling around. I want you guys to be part of something. And she introduced us to performing arts.
Wow.
And then kwakukhona i-office elidala lapha ngase-Dryhook, where we used to meet and see dance. I remember the dance of when dance and you used to dance and sing them. And then just immediately right there I just fell in love with the arts.
For sure.
Also, because at the time I was still facing a lot of internal conflicts with my gender identity, I could not really confide or speak to a lot of people because we didn't understand. At the time where it's like istabane was just this thing which you imagine. So most of the time when I was on stage, it was the only time I could actually express myself and feel free. Yeah. Then we grew up. I moved to Ntuzumaga E to stay with my dad a while. Things were a bit different there. Ntuzumaga E was very relaxed back then, not now.
I don't know about that. Because I'm going to say Tuzuma, and I grew up in Tuzuma actually, and it was never relaxed, ever. Busy. Dlala ushophu, dlala umgwabo, dlala amathini, gqwalisa umgaqo nje. Angikwazi ukuba relaxed kwakhona, so yeah. Yeah, okay. Lucky you.
So I then went to a primary school called Redfern Primary, which was in Phoenix. At the time my mom was working at Woolworths, and I remember that's how I actually got to invite my bosses to come, because because my mom felt too good. If I were to engage with my father's family, they speak English and Portuguese, so I need to be fluent so that I don't face challenges when I meet them. So it then subsequently got me to exposed to Abantu Abamhlophe Namandia, of which I then started modeling for Woolworths at the time, which was also a bit uncomfortable because here I am, the only black child amongst Indians and whites, and we are just crossing. It's 1994, and we are crossing over to a new democratic country, and you are feeling this sense of discomfort because it's like everyone is feeling comfortable because babona umuntu ofana njengaye, whereas mina it's just me. Yeah. Then went to Redfern Primary School. Mangifike Redfern kwakhona i-TV program kwakuthiwa Family Matters. I don't know if you watched it.
Yeah, with Steve.
Steve Hartle.
Yes,
Namakras Bande wakhe. Yes, girl.
That's how old we are.
Guys, you're powder milk.
Literally.
Powder milk. Yeah, we ancient. So I loved that TV program because it was so quirky, and Steve was just this odd character.
Yeah.
So I began to impersonate to Steve. So most of the times, Xolani Mabanga, okay, Aluta, at the time ngangazong to Melvin. Melvin, come and perform on stage, do the impersonation. And then almost it became like a weekly thing where now I have to be on stage performing Steve Urkel and the show, and I'd make the whole school laugh. And there was this one incident where kwafika my department officials and I was performing. And they're like, wow, such talent. Okay, we need to talk to that child. I then was a teacher in English at the time, arts and culture, not creative arts.
Yes.
Was it, hey, khona abantu interested, bafuna uzo performer in some awareness campaign. I'm like, oh, okay, I don't know nothing. In fact, I wasn't. And then I started performing with them with Maspala Wase Figo Phoenix Inc. area. So we did a water conversation, and then then that's where I think my training in the arts, I started understanding the power of arts, because obviously if you are going to be performing around awareness, you have to be trained. So I trained for water conservation. Pandemic, HIV and AIDS. Then I was taken there to say go and train extensively on peer counseling and HIV and AIDS issues.
This is all in primary school.
In primary school.
Wow.
So that you can then integrate that in your performances, so that you can reach a larger audience. Did that, Kamnandi, grand. Then I finished a primary school. Then I went to Ellington Secondary.
I went to Ellington.
What's wrong? No!
I did my grade 8 in Ellington.
You see, I told you that I know you from somewhere. I told you I know you from somewhere.
And then I went to Ellington and I my grade 8.
I know you.
Really?
I told you. You see, look, Mrs. S. Chetty, I'm afraid.
I don't know.
My first drama. No.
I didn't do drama.
Oh yeah.
I didn't do drama.
Harishana fit. No.
Mina ngazi laba bafana babehlupha.
Oh yeah, basahlupha namanje baka best oma Cadbury.
Oh.
Okay, so
I was just scared.
Yeah, it was a
Ukhona le ntombazane le uphuma sile.
ubani untokwaza noma maybe benika uphuma sile baka Ellie. Baka Ellie.
Dark.
Yes, baka Ellie.
Yeah, every day after school yazi
kwakuntokoza no charity ke laba babephuma sile nemese na yonke into bafana.
My God, I was scared for my life. I had to leave. After that, I spent 1 year. I was like, nah, Diamba go. Oh, sure, get Ellington. Wow. Okay.
So I went to Ellington, and then when I got to Ellington, obviously I actually looked for a school that had drama because already from a primary school, having been exposed to that, I'm like, okay, clear. Yeah, this is the field that I want to pursue. Then Gangena Ellington, when I got to Ellington, I enrolled in drama. Nakona, I was just this weird person, you know, Gukeli. I always want to get my hair done in a school where abafana bavumelekile ukuthi bagcine inwele mina ngiyalook. So I used to be
I actually think I remember you, yes. Masuchazela ngathi sengiyakhumbula.
Assembly.
Hayibo, ngathi ngiyakhumbula.
Ngangihlezi ngibize assembly. Sahlala pha ngase tuck shop nabangani bamumlondi no siya. Umlondi is a videographer.
Yes.
Yes, he's a videographer. He works for about generations and it does freelance work.
Uyenake. Mina ngangigenge umlondi ke. No true love.
Oh, true love into big. Oh, I would definitely at the same time.
Most of some lot no vugile.
Yes.
Mina I was that girl. Because I don't have my pictures from Burlington, but yeah. It was definitely, yeah, I think we were in the same grade, Nyana. You guys were in the troublesome classes.
Yeah, the drama class was chaotic.
Tina sasila baba abayiphatha kahle. Sasila baba abayiphatha kahle. Nangathithizi but ngangiyiphatha kahle. Because I was there for, you know, sifunda phela, siphatha kahle. Tell my grades. You know.
So the scheme saw True Love. We're in the same class, True Love. True Love, in fact, we figure later from Longcroft.
I went to Longcroft, so I know everything about True Love. True Love.
We're on camera.
It doesn't matter. Shout out to True Love. We love you, girl. If ever you watch this, she's so pretty, that girl. Yo, hi, Yane.
You're fine,
Story
girl.
for another day.
Yeah. So when I got to Ellington, I got into drama. Mrs. Chetty was fascinated with my dramatic art skills. We then started performing with assembly. Big time, whatever. I used to MC Xolani, ama talent show.
Mina ngikhumbula nje kukho no miss.
Yes.
Mina ngangisizo sanena ke
ngo
miss.
Sanezo.
Ngangibasiza ngo miss because my sister wafika no sane from Longcroft.
Yes.
So babe iskimj. Ngangihlala nabo ke mina nge-break. Naphela ngengendala isifikile abangangifikisa abantu ngihlala nabantu abasebadala asebekhulile ukuthi yabo ngangikuleyo grip ke mina ngihlala nabo nge-break nje njalo si-up la sahla lapha ngasema-stepisini
lawa ngase office noma lawa angase
yabona e-office khona lawa la ngathi uyanyuka no yabona maphume office
uthi ngala mase uyanyuka
ngathi ngalapho sasihlala phezansi nje
thina tech shop drama class sasilapho
ngiyanikhumbula so man memories
small world we are so interconnected. So we then did our Love Life games at the time, and iskole set us representer Ellington. We did the district circuit, and we went all up to provincial and national Love Life games performer. And then we got to meet all the other schools from all over the country. I remember Sahlali Blue Waters Hotel, and we're staying there for a week, performing day in day out because we competition to see which school wins from all the province. I think we came out third.
So you guys were given a narrative, and then a play. Mase, each and every school is gonna come up with like a production based on that, and then you win based on the best performance.
We're given social ills. So we did Phoenix, so I got senze iThekwini districts abaqopha senze province abaqopha sayasafika ku-national la kulesina saphuma number 3 khona ke
wow. That's so good though. Wow, nationally.
Yeah. So when at the time I like, okay, girl, you are sitting in this industry away down. Then when I finished, I told my mom I want to go and study. I want to study music, and and this is something I always speak about, and I get emotional because I'm a black parents just don't understand what we're going through. They don't. Wenzani? Iphi mali? Basenzani iphi mali? Kwenzakalani? Yabona? So my mom was like, I'm not going to fund that. I'm not going to fund you to go and do that. And it broke my heart. I then subsequently moved to Johannesburg. Ngihamba ngohlala eGoli.
Wazibani eGoli?
Lalela ke. Intombazane ka-matric ngaqoma ka-matric ugeli.
Isdade.
Yabo ngangithithiza ngalo department.
Waqedela khona eLington?
Yes.
Wow.
Okay. So ngaqoma umfana wangibreak inhliziyo. And then my mom said, you're not gonna go and study, you just have to find something better. I was broken twice. Like, this is what I want to do. Yeah? And nalomuntu breaking. At the time I was working at Spur in Mhlanga as a waitron. So I always had money, I always had cash. So I saved up for 2 months. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go to Joe. Everybody says funeke Goli uphanda. I said, okay, I'm heading over to Joburg.
Ungazi muntu.
Angazi muntu.
Muntu.
Okay. I knew when Khathi ngisala eThekwini, there was a friend of mine, Uthemba, he stays in London now. He was dating uLundi.
And Semnandi. Hey,
aze
komnandi.
Thank you for my juices.
Khipha phela kanti yini.
So he was dating uLundi, and that I'm gonna may soul rest in peace. So then I got to meet uLundi, and then we became friends with uLundi. Then when we met uLundi, uLundi most of the time ngaleso sikhathi wayesavela kambe emaphepheni. No, so Miss Besa haslisha njalo kuthi uyadaka uLundi njalo njalo. So kwagcina imanager yakhe yasigcina isithi uLundi mayifike akaphumi hotel. So uLundi mayifike eThekwini as a performer, like, he would give me a call like, "Chomam, awuze wenza njalo." So I would actually have to smuggle alcohol into the hotel. Ngilethele uLundi, sihlale siphuze, and then you find ukuthi mase siphuzile ke yila sikwazi ukuphuma khona ke siyabo because
yasenandaba
So when I met uLundi, so I ended up scheming with Deborah Fraser. Deborah Fraser. Then I met uNomcebo Zikode, Jerusalem.
Oh Lord, Jerusalem.
Yes, so Jerusalem. Yes.
Wow.
So Jerusalem, uNomcebo noMondli, babesuke home eHammersdale. No, the whole shebang. So every time I go to shows like we go a playhouse go by shows a Christmas ban, and they'll invite all the artists, and then obviously my figure Lundi no ban they'll be like, Choma, let's go. And I'll always be at backstage of Wongama shows.
Sure.
So I got to know everybody, like literally everybody in the industry. Ontokozo sisasonta nabe Oasis, Ntokozo Mbambo sisasonta na no Khaya Mthethwa, uKhaya Mthethwa is a musical director yase Oasis because ngangisonta ka WU esontweni Oasis. Yes. So then when I moved to Joburg, I'd already known all these people. So I called my boyfriend ngimneze imali ya 2 months ngithi ngizongibhukhela iflat ngiyohlala eGoli. Ayithatha imali, ngiyafika ugele, umogela afika eJoburg. Mangifika ntofana idlela imali yami.
Hayi ngiyashipela ukuthi wawusamncane uthemba umuntu
lalela
ngemali pho hayi ngeke.
And I think it was about 8,000 at the time.
Awema.
Then when I get to Joburg, ngise Park Station, I don't have a place to stay.
Oh Lord.
Okay, ngifona Nomcebo wayesahlala pha ngase Windy Brown ngase Pond. Nomcebo ngilana ngicela uzonginenkinga athi hayi ngiyeza ngize ngempela ngifike ngihlale naye lapha and then I told her the story and she's like ngilahle ngumkhaya. So I slept kaNomcebo for about
uNomcebo wayevele ecuna ngaleso sikhathi.
uNomcebo has more than 20 years. uNomcebo wathi ephuma esikoleni uNomcebo
yena lo eJerusalem.
Yes, uNomcebo waqala ukucula.
I am sleeping.
uNomcebo started singing while she was backing uRebecca. uRebecca esa Iman Mazimandi, but Nomto has been around for years.
But has she been like releasing stuff?
Shua Bakala Koni group here, it's Tula too. Ababegi or Nabe no quiz, no one, Sanko Cleo. Kwabe Kukutula too, and then she has been pushing, but most of the time she's always been behind the scenes. Because no Lundu, I am Bekele Maganja. So then Nomtas like I was a clan. So we slept and I slept there on Patakinganam. Then Lo Oil the Maliama Fonela Usianda. I think you know Usianda Mwanda. We direct him Crown Gospel Awards. He does Onisha SM Productions. And then so Usianda okay, Aluta come and stay with us in Naturena because Lo se Kulumina. So I went and stayed in Naturena. And then after that, Sakala and okay, let me settle down, let me see, find my feet. And I met a guy who I dated, who was a chartered accountant.
Oh, yeah, Shashak.
Ngafika eGoli mazi umfana kanti umfana sabangani yabo kanti umfana vele wayithandile esila eThekwini wayijokoza on ezovakasha masifike eGoli yabo sengipha ama secret nomnyama mangawazi
khipha bo kanti yini hayi phuza futhi lapho
ufuna ngipepeze kakhulu you want the juices when
hayibo
So when I get to and then the guy like he was really kind to me, you know, and he like I want to thank him publicly. I've never thanked him. He played a very good role in my life at the time where I was broken. Yeah, but when we just got out of a heartbreak, your dreams are not valid, and you just want to get away from everything, and he was just there present. You know, he co-funded my payment flatini, did everything for me. Wow. You know, so I thank him a lot. We have to thank people. Yeah. So then we moved to Eponte, the tall Vodacom building.
It's
yeah, it's Eperia. So I started 30th floor. So we're like amafusa wabonala. So mina usianda wakamwande kube usmile wevuka Africa, which was a gospel group, and then sesuke natural. So we stayed there. Then we heard the Tuguti kuna auditions Kamoja Eyoville. We went there Kamoja. Then we spoke to Tembi Nyande and uma uthi mama Tembi uyahlanyela athi mantana bami la ekhaya nifuna ukungena kwi show fine. So next 2 weeks rehearse with the show. After 2 weeks we'll tell you what happens. Nangempela singene. Singene rehearse mina ngicula usmiley wayisina icula. After 2 weeks came on. We got our first gigs. Sakasa from around it. And then for me I understand. I'm coming from a very I ended up saying no, I'm leaving Umoja. I did other auditions in Market Theatre, so we'd go to auditions every day. We did one show, and I sang Kotlis by way director their show. Science and Saraheza, Sasso performer with why Himalayiku. How?
I can take the industry.
Then we did Gogo's Groove in Market Theatre. Once we finished Gogo's Groove, kwaba khona yabona when I was growing up as a LGBTI identifying person, we internalize the trauma as the experience from society. We don't deal with it. And how we deal with it quite often is through alcohol and things and pleasures to numb the pain.
The pain, yeah.
So at the time I was drinking even beer. Drinking beer. Strong. And to figure to a point where Sasisema close in Hillbrook with the guy was very
Hillbrook guys.
No, I mean Calabria. We cross up on a Hillbrook.
Okay.
Get puppy and get kinding a minus 2 or my husband got going Shama
Babesa pillow brand cats.
Babesa some the grade 11.
Oh, okay.
And then we got Sandy got the role here, and then I grilled them. Got director with the performances here in Peter Maris.
La pusuka delay you can then.
No, ngisafunda. Same time. Yonke at the same time.
Loyana ke lo ejiyeka ke kwagcina kwenzakaleni.
Lo usanda ngi-invite Facebook manje.
Cha sengisho ukuthi kwagcina kwenzakaleni ngelo class.
Oh, ngaphuma ke lapho ngangena BA General Degree. I did a major.
Oh, wavele waphuma ngelo class.
Ngaphuma ku-diploma in jazz and popular music course. Ngangena kwi-BA degree ngathi okay ngizokwenza i-media and culture studies and do my second major as drama and performance studies.
Okay.
Did my first year, second year 2012 ngagraduate. Then ngathola uthisha wami engifundise high school. What you were so good in drama, there's a teaching position that is open. Go and send your application. Guys, send the application, go interview, got the job as a teacher. And then lapo I got the job as a teacher. Send register EPGCE. So I'm teaching mangphuma la ngiyahamba ngiyo-attenda futhi EPGCE. Got my PGCE in 2013, postgraduate certificate in education. Then Edgewood. Then I taught along the way. Yaqala ke inkinga lapho ayangishaya ke depression afterwards.
Ngobani?
It's because of years of internalized trauma. Remember phela sikhule thina siyitabane sithukwa imndeni yethu yas-exclude. We are dumped by our boyfriends because our guys accept awakabi ready ukuba come out to society. So all this inentombi eceleni kufanele understand and all this trauma build up. It got to a point where I was just totally dysfunctional. And then after that, I resigned, bought equipment, started a studio. Got in the studio, the first few months were active. After that, depression. Then I just sat at home. I remember for the first time in my life, I actually had a friend of mine who was supporting me. Every month I sent 500, athi 10 cross. Asuke olundu ehlala olundu asuke olundu azongicleanela endlini because it was so bad that all I could do was just wake up, sit on the couch and just and I was deteriorating. I'd stopped being in mainstream media. I lost my passion, I lost who I was, I lost my artistic flair. Then 8 months down the line I'm like, okay, Aluta, at some point you're gonna have to stop feeling sorry for yourself and start fixing things. You're not going to be able to just let your life. You fought so hard for this career. I mean, there's nothing that you would have done. Yeah, bo. Then after that, I said, okay, first step, I need to get a psychologist. Got myself a psychologist. I started doing psychotherapy. That's where I built the confidence to start speaking again about the challenge that I've been experiencing, and back to myself. Then Babumholi, Professor Sandile Mabanga, whom kade sazana
uba uzanele Mbokazi
no uzanele Mbokazi ngiyamazi
umholi ngiyamazi
uprofe uMbokazi ngangipart of future leaders at some point.
Oh, okay.
And we did the ANC thing, traveled with uzanele
umholi ke yazi ngifuna ukuqedela ilona yakho ngoba wena ngiyazi ukuthi wena uthanda ilo wena uthanda Rose
have no it's good we
wena uthanda Rose nginayo phela mina nami iBrutam yabo.
Shame guys, don't you want to be like me? Huh?
Angifukadela yon. Welwandile.
Yabona, I think this idea of having something to drink is gonna make me pop.
Ungethela banda ibhodlela girl. Thank you.
Bring the liquor, girl. So, Professor Sandile Mabanga is a visual activist who documents LGBTI narratives and history. So he is world renowned everywhere in the world. It's okay.
No, phela solo ntonja oh. So vele sigadwe ama comments. Ongibela lapho banisithanda.
Guys, we can't help it. Skip it depression.
I was sick of depressed dog. I did.
Skip it.
Guys, ngama chips. Ama chips
yeah, not la. So, Professor Mabanga, welcome to we're in a tour like a world tour. And wabuya velo ubaba is like a father to me. And ngangmaze for years ngisayingane. So it's like Aluta. South Africa is very dumb. South Africa does not take you seriously unless if you flourished internationally. Which is a reality.
Yeah, that is the truth.
Yeah? Well, it's okay. So you guys need to up your game. What's okay? Ngicela visa. We're going to America.
Wow, okay.
Going to America?
Oh, now unenhlanhla-ke nje ukuthi ube nabantu that believe in you so much ukuthi kube khona umuntu ozothi okay wena bayalibelieve in your talent. Uyabona leyo nto leyo sizokusiza ekuthenini kwenzeke ukuthi nokuthi because we see that in you.
That's such an aha moment, because I've never looked at it. Yes, I've always helped other people, but I've never looked at how much other people have helped me to be where I am.
Yazi like futhi unenhlanhla nanokuthi uthole lelo sizo ngoba abantu abasizana.
Yo.
Abantu umuntu avela benomona.
Yeah.
Avela benomona umuntu avela bona usayinosho ukuthi ngizoba ngcono kunaye avela ngafuna ukusiza. Nalungisa ama visa.
So lungisa ama visa and then did everything excited. First time I'm going to New York.
Wow. Wena na.
Not any other city. I've traveled in Africa. I've been, because my dad is Mozambique, so I've been to Mozambique, been to Ghana, been to other Lesotho, Swaziland. I've been to other like neighboring countries perform, but now I'm going to the Big Apple. So we get the visas, get everything done.
I invite you up.
Lalela, so your performer with Performer 17, which is a biennial, and Prof is one of the headlining artists.
Okay.
We get to New York at JF Kennedy Airport, Kamnandi, and we subsequently went and stayed in Brooklyn.
Oh wow, okay.
And mind you, I already TV program I worked to in a prison, and it was shot in Brooklyn. So I used to be like, I fantasize going to Brooklyn.
Brooklyn go Lil Kemi. No Biggie. Yabona nje.
We were staying where they were staying, in the area they were staying at Bed-Stuy Avenue. So we walked there. So we get to New York. Yo, amantombazane oslandwa ngama suburbans. Nje 7-seaters ekhona wathi sama VVIP na nje yatatazela ileyo nto. Lalela. We go to Times Square. We get to Times Square. Okay, look up in the sky. Which drama papers at Times Square? City siyabuka. Flashing us. Yay! Performer. I'm like, fuck. Okay, guys.
However, okay, legend.
We've made it in life.
You have.
Lapo billboard yet in next to Jay-Z. Where is the release an album, then gold. As in a gold label. Jay-Z's billboard. Performance. I'm like, okay, guys. Wow. In fact, I still have those videos. We shot those videos.
Oh man, you must share those videos. And I promise the challenge.
So we get, and then we get to perform. We performed at the most prestigious places: Schomburg Center, Stonewall Inn, where Pride Month yaba because of Stonewall Inn, which was a riot that happened in 1969, where LGBTI members protested against injustices that were done to them. So we got to perform in Stonewall Inn. We went to the Bronx Academy. So we did, like, I'm talking about Harlem, the Bronx, Manhattan, Brooklyn. We performed everywhere around New York. Then we came back to South Africa. Then I said, okay, I think it's time. While this is in New York, Ubabum Holy, Waitala, Madison Square in Brooklyn. Yeah. So Tina sihlale Bed-Stuy, which was 2 different apartments. Yabo. So then at Ubabum Holy, Aluta, do you know that Sarafina was conceptualized here in America? It's Babora is saying, Ati, you are so talented. Why haven't you started working on a production, a huge Sarafina that is going to be talking about LGBTI lives?
Yeah. That's
where the cookie crumbled. Someone no Ndaba, Clema Wisa's partner, and a host of other really big people. Then Sihlale Phansi conceptualized. I still even have the book. Okay. Then I came back to South Africa. I said, okay, the first step I'll do is I want to release a song that is going to make South Africa move. So release Unami Ngithanda Indoda. I released Unami Ngithanda Indoda. The whole idea, and for me, I always say this, for me, my art will live longer than me because it stands for something bigger. Yabo. When we go to the historical archives, we don't study Abo AKA Nabo Bambani, we study Abo Martin Luther King and the role Abo Bosim Shongo no Huma Segala played because they were part of society and they tried to impact society. I said I don't want to do music that is going to just purely entertain, but I want to do artwork that is going to speak about what is happening and reflect society.
I get where the activism comes from. We activists. And that's why you say Aluta.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. So we released Namtani Ndota. I contacted the Sand at the time, and mind you, I was screaming at this child, Yimkulis. So we had a man who says, "Oh, a man says, "Oh, Caesar in me." Yeah. So we promote to Sandy. Every paper wrote about it. Everybody got into it. A lot of radio stations played it, but not fully, because remember, the status quo is such that people don't want to piss off their listeners.
I collect Namanje, guys. Funny enough, Namanje Sandile King.
Yes.
Like people are
It's not gonna end. It's not gonna end. People want to play it as entertaining, whatever. They don't want to play it as political because they don't want to wake the people up. They don't want to drive advertisers away. They don't want to disrupt the status quo. Yeah, so, and my whole idea when I released Namtandot, I said, all my music, I always tell myself, Aluta, you're not going to make money out of this music right now. In the future, people will be learning your music because you're creating something for the future, not now. When everybody is woke and they want to look at the historical archives of what was happening, my music and my art becomes the reference point from which to say, hey, we're confronted with issues where LGBTI people could not be free. And this is how Aluta expressed it. Yeah? So, after releasing Unamtani Ndoda, I then said, okay, now singing in a position where and at the same time I'm going through psychotherapy. Because now I'm trying to heal from the depression.
Yeah.
Then my psychologist diagnosed me with gender dysphoria, which is a condition whereby my mental and physical and emotional state does not correspond with my body. I feel like I'm a woman, but umzimba wami nangendlela we-idea yami kuthiwa male kuphikisana nalento engiyona. So normally when somebody goes through that, nathi nasiphazamisa.
Okay. Isikhona esinesihlalo endlini.
No, ngicela uphoza kancane.
Noma ngisijahula ukizwa nje enjoy indaba.
Hayibo, yazi ngilethele angel. Ngihleli mina ngiyafunda la. And abantu nabo bazofunda. It's so important. It's so important.
So when I was diagnosed that and then obviously when you go to the psychotherapy they prepare you for coming out. Then I've always, mawumntwana.
Wena vela ngikwazile Ellington kade wayibona ukuthi uyintombazana.
Yebo.
Wawuluka nje hayibo futhi ngiyathi ukuthi awungena abangani bamandi. Uzongahlala namandi yawo waphela nje laphayana
Kakurav.
Hayibo amandi yaqabulana.
Yebo.
Aqabulana ibreak yonke.
Yebo, kuhlosigonene. So then I've always grown wanting to be a woman. Yes. Then at the end of last year, I then finished
2019.
2019. Once you've performed once you've performed in New York, once you've done America, because you've performed at the Plaza Hotel.
Uperformed in lab.
2017.
Oh wow.
2018.
Wow, that's like
2018 November. Yeah.
How?
Then once, like for me it's like, okay, what next? Like really what next? We got to some spaces where mass performer corner black Americans will come and ask us, where are you from and how did you get to be here? Because it's only the likes of so and so get to perform here. Yeah. So when I get back I'm like, okay, clearly South Africa is sleeping. South Africa ilele because they are still so focused on petty means of entertainment.
For sure.
When they are supposed to be advocating for rights.
kakhulu
silele South Africa
and futhi ke nakhona ukuthi khona ama gatekeepers
yebo
khona abantu abathile if you're not that person or you're not with that person and that person is not going to benefit from you ngeke uzufika endawo uzohlala nje ube strong
yebo that's why my approach to me as a brand I'm not a South African brand it's targeted peshe because I'm appreciated more peshe
sure
yabo. So I came back, then my psychologist, 1 year in what okay, you can now start your hormonal treatment, which is amaphilisi awadlayo engwadlayo ukuthi manje ngichintshe the genetic makeup of myself. Then got a few months down the line, I got a job as a training coordinator for KZN to look at as a subject specialist for creative arts. And I was then now mentoring Otisha creative arts from 15 schools in Umlazi district, which is what I've been doing from last year up until the contract. And I've been working also on a project called a Amani project, which is in music and emotional intelligence. It comes from California, and it's inspired by a research study from the Yale University of School of Emotional Intelligence. So we're trying to integrate music with understanding the science of emotions, because abantu are lost. There's so much of gender-based violence because people are not forced to confront their emotions.
For sure.
You know, men are told they must restrict their emotions, they must not speak about it, they must be strong. And men be strong, be aggressive. But it is our society which grows that.
Nalento ukuthi nje umuntu azabizwe ngestabani. Ubizwa ngestabani kwenze njani? Kwenze njani? Lento ukuthi umuntu akakwazi ukuthi yena accept as indoda ukuthi ngithanda amanye amadoda.
We are still faced by that.
Fanele loke uyifihla. Uzuzalisa ingane nga5.
Thank you. The reality is, I will tell you this is the reality. The concept of gender is a constructed phenomenon. Before, yama kwenye isikhathi la mina ngangijula nomfana ngasekhaya. Ngangithanda umfana. And ngam approach leyo mfana. Leyo mfana watshela wonke umuntu. You know what my grandmother said? So why did you approach that guy? I'm like, because I love that's how young approach. And then she said, you know, back in the day, there were people like you, but we never spoke about it.
For sure.
Yeah, Bob. So,
ngazi ngisho iBhayibheli likhuluma ngalo.
Thank you.
Ngicela ungiphe bandla lelo bhodlela athi ngikuthopha phe nawe la.
Yeah, wena usufuna ngikhuluma kakhulu.
Wena phela ulana wena angifuna ukuqedela iRose yabo. Mina
usufuna ngikhuluma kakhulu.
Uyakhuluma vele ngithi sizokhuluma.
Guys, no, I'm coming back. I'm inviting myself to this show. So, when you look at it, then I started taking my hormones. Then I've had the vision to do this musical as I conceptualized in New York, and I've written all the music. But I said to myself, I want to, because I was inspired by The Lion King. The Lion King is so profound in this. They just started with a movie and music, but they've built a multi-trillion rand business around that. So kona Mickey Mouse, kona Timon and Pumbaa, kona Ingubo, kona Nyongin. It's a huge franchise. Generally, South Africa is sleeping. People who just want to keep releasing music and not understand Uguti how the large countries are operating.
Sure.
They've just released, you know, Hakuna Matata is a household name.
Khona manje ngesiGerman, ngesiFrench, ngagani, ngesiMandarin, ngebkepi. Ayikho country ngenayo Lion King production.
Lion King musical.
Yes.
Everywhere throughout the whole world.
Yes.
What is making us South Africans become so complacent that we do not reach so high? So
the
problem is that with us, no, sicabangela la. Khona ngithanda uyabo uvusa ithembe kwayo. Washo ukuthi thina South Africa we are raised to think about just like khona. Mawuvula talk shop. Yebo.
Njengana manje nje ku Facebook wonke umuntu uyadayisa ukudla.
Yebo. Thank you.
Nonke guys.
Yebo.
Sendayisa ukudla nonke.
Yebo.
Nonke. But some supporter guys nonke futhi nani.
And they're not even as creative. It's majority of us LGBT members, LGBTQA, we don't have kids. The best way we can prolong or make our memories live is by documenting us. I bought cameras because I want to document.
Or just to be real. Like
you can be real, but ngifuna into zothi mase ngifile ubona ukuthi nangu Aluta because akekho Aluta ingane. The fact that you are talking about it, you don't even have a picture for me, says that you have not
abantu ngebe understand ingane yami
understand what you go through. But I feel leyo nto when I feel ngoba you haven't documented it.
Uzobachazela ingane yami njengoba ina 11 manje mhlawumbe mase na 20 bani noma na 30 bani esibachazela asikhona abantu ababona nayi situation.
That's why when I speak, when I release some calls, like I want to talk about people who have had a great impact, and majority everybody yes, on the impact directly.
Yes.
I'm talking about Suboso Mhlanga, I'm talking about Suboso Khoza, yes. I'm talking about the person who was my CEO, I feel like Tisa, Mang Figelate, Atulate, Gandandan, I'm talking about she's so poised. She's so poised.
Industry, but
she's a professional. You cannot be liked by everybody. You cannot be liked by everybody. Yeah, you cannot be liked by everybody. Nami khona ngihamba khona indawo ngihamba khona rubbish if I'm going to stop and think about that, I always say focus on the journey, focus on the cause. The day the day in March when everybody was going out and speaking about Lindo, it affirmed what Lindo stood for. Even the Lindo understood who Lindo was. Yeah? So Amakau is premised around it. Amakau is part of a docu-series where every year from now until I die, I will be documenting 30 people for that year who are doing amazing work in political, social-political and economic advancement for humanity. Yeah, so right now I'm fundraising to get funding to go on a national tour of documenting, and I've spoken to everybody. I even spoke to Mamosibongile Khumalo.
Kuluma-ke manje nabantu abangasebe ngababalalele or babuka ukuthi what do you need? What do you, Jay?
Yeah.
What kind of funding is this that you need? And
so I've already got a first aid from the Americans who are sponsoring the cameras and microphones. Now we need logistical funding to go on a national tour to document black, underline that, people who are doing amazing work. I think it was only one movie, black people who are superheroes. All Superman have always been white.
Thank you.
Colonized
original.
Yes, they want to make money out of
South African. African.
They are prying from a black consciousness efforts to make money out of it, to appeal to the black people.
They hired.
The day when black people produce those movies and those incomes go to their black families will be the day where black people are emancipated. So I am saying I want to do a national tour where I recognize black people who are doing amazing work, about advance all sorts of causes to say nibalulekile
namaqhawe. Oh my God, guys. Yo, that is so amazing. And you know what? Yo, babe. You know, yes, laba, they actually want ukuthi besebenzise, but they don't want. They want to take our narrative, but they don't want to use us. Even we Black Panther. They used an American guy who forces a fake
accent.
You
couldn't come to Africa and get a black person.
African.
Yes.
He has
black person from Africa.
He has to speak broken English so that he can sound African. Is that it?
So the whole idea of getting a person who's well known is so that you can sell the movie. That's sales. That's misrepresentation. You are not representing us. You are supposed to get somebody from that place and say, hey, when you are from this tribe and you want to tell a story about this tribe,
can we get you to represent? We don't even get that. You know, the most heartbreaking thing from our own even South African industry was getting Jennifer Hudson to represent Winnie Mandela when there's so many black actresses in South Africa.
Disgusting. Okay, all right. Let's just, because we're gonna get emotional when we get to dissecting the industry and all the ills and all the bullshit that comes with it. I think it's very emotional. So, yazin, I'll start.
I want to break down the lyrics.
Yes, please.
The lyrics says, there were times when we would go through the days with the winds of change having come our way. Listen to the voice inside of me. Don't listen to what I'm saying, but listen to me and my pain and agony, because I'm going through something. There were days when life would be so hard and the trees no longer sing so melodically. The trees were not in unison. Things were upset, we were hurt, we were broken. Yeah? But yet you stood by your words and fought the fight until the end. We need people, black people, who are going to do that and is going to say, I'm going to fight until the end, regardless of the fact.
And they have.
So the song goes like this.
We're so resilient.
There were times when we would go through the days with the winds of change having come our way. Listen to the voice inside of me. There were days when life would be so hard and the trees no longer sing so melodically, but yet you stood by your words and fought the fight until the end. Simule Makawe, Simule Lukuzikanda wenu, So that's it. There were times it just gets so hard where we can't function. Sibule la makawe, Sibule lukuzikanda
kwenu. People need to understand, like,
it's one of those songs when I sing,
my darling,
I cry.
You need to cry if you have to cry. you know what I mean? Like, this song for me, I was so excited. I was like, oh my god, I was like, yes, this is it. And the song has been ringing in my head since last week, since this week, since the whole day. I'm like, no, you need to sing the song, babe. People need to go and actually check out the song. Number one. Number one. Number two, subscribe on her channel. Okay.
Please subscribe to this girl's channel. I'm so happy.
No, your channel. I'm talking about your channel.
Aluta Humbane.
Of course they're gonna be on.
But also your channel for giving us the platform. You know what you're doing. It's trailblazing. You're going to history. People will come into this archive and be like, hey, yes. So, and this is a challenging in Abanyama. Document your existence, even if it's with the phone. This is what Professor Maholi taught me. Once you should on the phone, document your existence, because I promise you, and white people, I've got white family members. white people sometimes tell the stories from their level of perspective. We need to tell our level of izinto from where we understand them. So that bezos understand and yes understand and if I try to speak about your story, I will speak from my angle. And there's multiple truths. The fact that there's multiple truth is that representation is going to be distorted.
Absolutely.
So we need to get to a point where sikhuluma ngezitori zethu, we document our own narratives and we share our narrative. I know we've been going on. We can go on for the whole year. I want to say thank you so much for hosting me. Because your mom cooked a mean curry and rice. Like ngeziliphunga kufakwe ngisho namahead. I know, you know, okay? So I want to say thank you so much for hosting me. Thanks to Sandy for actually mediating on this. Thank you to my crew. These are my black. These, you know how I give back. I take my last cent and I plow back to the township.
That's the beginning to a new relationship.
Yeah.
Yes. I'll go.
So I work with young people. Abo Xolani, Abo Sandile, Abo Brian, Abo Papo, Abo Ntige. These are people that I've taken. Guys,
and
today
they
are shooting me. Xolani Kweyama, Sandile Mabanga, Ntige Mbambo, Marvelous Mtombeni, Brian Omega,
City Aluta continua.